Spence cousin keeps it 100 on the Terence Crawford rematch at 154. What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, y'all. So, Errol Spence's cousin, Jacob, he's a amateur boxer. He recently gave an interview. He has some interesting things to say about Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, and the rematch happening at 154 pounds. I just wanted to give my 333 nickels on what Jacob had to say for anybody listening.
I can't speak for him, but I give credit to Crawford because if I was to lose, I'm not going to make excuses. It is what it is until I run it back. And even in amateurs, I lost before. I've had close decisions, and I just say, let's run it back again. You know, I don't sit here and make excuses for myself. And I think he's a man, so he's going to do the same thing, feel the same way. So especially in, like, professional, when you move up in weight, when you've been holding it for so long, you're going to have a different look to you.
Alright, y'all, so basically what Errol Spence's cousin had to say was that he feels like Errol Spence will be in better shape, he'll look better, he'll be stronger at 154 pounds. Now, this is coming from a up-and-coming fighter, a young gun in the game. Like I said earlier, he's an amateur, seems to have a pretty impressive record, and he's actually fighting at a weight bigger than what Errol Spence fights at as a professional, as an amateur, you know. So I think he would have some pretty good insight to just what happens when you move up and down in weight. Now, basically, he said that he feels like weight plays a major role when it comes to boxing.
What happened next?
Will you shut up? Now, just for that, I'm going to make you wait 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
Taking no credit away from Terence Crawford, these were his words, but he feels like weight plays a major role. And he also said that you have to commend a guy like Errol Spence. He said he carries himself in a similar fashion, but you have to commend a guy like Errol Spence who doesn't really make any excuses. You know, he takes it on the chin. He lost like a man. He hasn't put out there the reason he felt like he might have lost. He hadn't even hinted at it. All we ever heard Errol Spence say was, let's run it back.
Oh, fuck you!
Sorry. Oh, herpes.
I don't want to have to do that! Devil in my house!
Jacob said the same thing. He said, I'm that type of guy, you know, if I take a loss, he actually said he has lost in the amateurs. I don't know what level of amateurs that he lost at, but I believe now, at whatever level he's at, I don't think he has any losses, but maybe he does, you know, don't quote me on that. But he said he feels like, you know, you just take it on the chin, you lose like a man, and you get your get back. You run it back, and you try to win in the rematch. You know, that's all you can really do. This is sports. You know, everybody, like I've said in the past, has lost before. You can name them all. Whether you lost in the amateurs or the professional, everybody's taking an L.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
And it's really how you take your L and how you come back from that L. Did you let that L dictate the rest of your career? Did you let the L make you bitter? Did you let the L turn you into a better version of yourself because you learned something from taking that L? Here's the crazy thing about Errol Spence and Terence Crawford and him losing to Terence Crawford. We don't know what this is going to do to Errol Spence. You know, we could get the greatest version of Errol Spence we've ever seen before, or we can get a worse version of Errol Spence than we've ever seen before. You know, the fact that he's been so silent, I don't think I've ever seen a professional athlete be this silent in loss. You know, I will say one thing. Most people, when they do lose, they're full of excuses, and they got plenty of things to say. You know, I fell down that morning, and I bumped my knee.
Bullshit.
You know, I didn't get my pancakes with the maple syrup. I had regular, dollar store syrup.
Bullshit.
You know, I didn't have my apple slices and bananas that morning. You know, everybody got an excuse for why they lost. But Errol Spence, this is why I have so much confidence, and I've said this in a few other videos, that his silence almost seems like confidence. His silence almost seems like he figured something out in that fight, even in taking the L the way he did.
You must have got manure for your brains.
That he knows he can use to his advantage in the rematch. And I think moving it to 154, and this is why I definitely feel like the weight played a role, is because if you lost like that and you knew that there was no way you could beat that guy, you would be using every excuse in the book. Now, you might still say you want to run it back just because you want that money, but you would be using every excuse in the book for why you lost, because it's going to make people believe that you can actually defeat this guy in the rematch. But Errol Spence is kind of doing the opposite of that. He ain't said nothing. And the silence is golden to me, because the silence, that is indicative of confidence. I think he's totally confident in what he can accomplish at 154 pounds. I think he's going to stick to his guns. I think he's going to get that rematch at 154. I think he's going to prove to the world why he is one of the greatest fighters. A lot of people have taken him off the pound-for-pound list and say he's not even a top 25 fighter and all this. But I think the silence is golden. I think that if those guys get to fight for that vacant, I believe it's IBF title that Jermell Charlo just gave up, then there's really a lot on the line in that fight. And it's going to prove a lot for Terence Crawford and Errol Spence when it comes to that 154 rematch. So I agree with Jacob. I think weight plays a role, and I think that he's going to come back stronger and better than any version of Spence we've ever seen.
When I speak to Bleak, it's always been love. It's never been. All I was curious to know was why he's telling that part of the story that way.
I knew the final straw was at the change clothes video. Me and Dame had a major argument.
I was saying, yo, if you don't have a clothing line, if you don't do your own label, if you don't start making your own content, in 10, 15 years, you're just going to be possibly doing interviews about things that happened before.
Yeah, hit that like button for me, share, subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, but you're more than likely to get a response on the tubes and holler at me over there. If you want to collabo, feature a product or your channel on my channel, feel free to hit my Gmail, because it is the flakcards@gmail.com. We are man.
It's Louis Keys and the Her Man, pulling up to the spot in the Her van, looking for a bad chick that ain't scared to dance. Get her so wet that she need a new pair of pants. She soggy, only player in the club sipping on sake. Eyes looking like he missed the Miyagi, blowing on bomb trees, flowing on South Beats. How you gonna stop me? It's not an option. I'ma get it poppin'. You can take her shopping, she still let me knocked in. She know I'm just trying to win. She ain't trying to bend, I ain't trying to spin. When she tell a player no, I ain't trying again. I'ma just move on and I'm trying to friend. It's your boy Louis Keys, I'm a shit starter. Young player with a hop like Vince Carter.
Niggas always wanna steal my hop, cause they like my style, wanna steal my hop. Hey, even though them niggas still gon' flop, they can jock my swag, cause it's still my hop. Hey, ain't nobody got a hop like me, ain't nobody make the whole world bop like me. Hey, my wrist word make them stop like freeze. Got people overseas tryna hop like me. Hey, I ain't even done yet. New single off the chain, it ain't even done yet. I'm no lie, been there and done that. Hot boy in the sky, catch me where the sun at. My hood hops like whoa, sleeves stay pop so my wrist wear show. I sip crisp, piss smoke, got jewelry in my mouth so my spit might glow. They don't want it, what you do, I'm a backyard pimp, plus my hops too smooth. Mic check 1, 2, gotta turn my mic up, cause the boy too cool. Better get your hop right, Mr. Rainbow Bright, switch color stoplight. Ride it like a motorbike, but you can't get the pipe if your hop ain't tight. Niggas always wanna steal my hop, cause they like my style, wanna steal my hop. Hey, even though them niggas still gon' flop, they can jock my swag, cause it's still my hop. Hey, ain't nobody got a hop like me, ain't nobody make the whole world bop like me. Hey, my wrist word make them stop like freeze. Got people overseas tryna hop like me. Hey. Everybody wanna hop like me. So everybody wanna hop like me. So but I bet you can't hop like me. Gotta hop like me. You ain't hot like me. I said you're not like me. Yeah, I see you ballin', but you're not quite keys. Everybody wanna hop like me. White good years with a hot white tee. Me and you ain't even in the same league. We don't think alike either. We don't drive the same speed. Beep beep, Hurricane, Louis Keys. I ain't never met a chump who had a hop like me. Niggas' eyes won't steal my hop.